Take this a little bit under what we've been doing.
Yes, and I was sitting here, I was like, and I was like, I know that look. I'm next. I will say that if it was you, this one I was able to have that long.
Welcome to the 129th commencement of the University of Idaho. Now entering are the faculty of the university. A long tradition at the university is for the faculty to form two columns that the graduation candidates will pass through. The College of Graduate Studies. Formalized in 1925, the College of Graduate Studies leads the university's graduate-level research and creative activities and oversees all graduate programs for the university. The college offers approximately 100 advanced degree options and is responsible for university-wide excellence in graduate education and training. Dr. Jerry McMurtry is the dean, and the College of Graduate Studies includes 670 faculty members. Rocio Silvestre Casas from Lima, Peru is the featured graduate. She earned the PEO International Peace Scholarship and also presented the top 3-minute thesis for plant sciences last year. Rocio's future plans are dedicated to understanding and combating the threats to potato crops caused by the potato cyst nematode. The College of Business and Economics. Established in 1925, the College of Business and Economics offers 7 undergraduate majors, a PGA Golf Management option, and Master of Accountancy graduate programs. The college believes students best learn business by doing business. Students gain real-world experience beyond the classroom. They join real ventures and solve challenges for business and communities. Students are managing marketing consulting contracts, trading financial securities and commodities, improving processes for regional businesses, helping rural communities prepare tax returns, and launching their own businesses. Dr. Lisa Viktorovich serves as dean of the college, which includes 34 faculty members. Carson Shriver from Buell is the featured graduate from CBE. Carson was a Grau Scholar and is graduating with honors. He served as a CBE ambassador, a Vandal Solutions associate, a student marketing intern, a university ambassador, the president of his fraternity, and Vandal Entertainment marketing and events coordinator during his time on campus. The College of Engineering. Founded in 1907, the College of Engineering offers 37 degrees in 13 different engineering fields. Recognized by the National Academy of Engineering as one of the top 7 senior design programs in the nation for infusing real-world experiences into engineering education, the College of Engineering is known for providing educational programs that include hands-on design and research experience using sound fundamentals. With nearly 20,000 graduates and over 125 years of research and education, engineering offers degree programs and certificates in a variety of fields, including cybersecurity, computer science, and chemical and biological engineering. Petra Morgan from Idaho Falls is the featured graduate from engineering. The College of Natural Resources. Established in 1917, the College of Natural Resources offers 3 associate degrees, 9 undergraduate programs, 5 graduate programs, and 4 certification programs. CNR is one of the top natural resource programs in the country, and students learn in some of the most spectacular outdoor classrooms in the world: the forests, rivers, range, and wilderness of Idaho. Dr. Dennis Becker is the Dean of the college, which includes 56 faculty members. Kayla Hickey-Smith from Boise is the featured graduate in CNR for exceptional service for fellow students. The College of Sciences. Established in 2002, the College of Sciences offers 12 undergraduate degrees, 11 master's degrees, and 9 doctoral degrees. Dr. Ginger Carney is the Dean of Science, which includes 95 faculty. Madeline Moody is the featured graduate and was the winner of the John B. George Award, given to the outstanding graduating senior in science. The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Founded in 1901, the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences offers 25 majors and 20 graduate programs across 7 academic departments. Dr. Michael Porella is the Dean of the college, which includes more than 200 faculty members throughout the state. Emma Ray Parsons from ARCO is Cal's featured graduate. She was voted Outstanding Senior for her academic accomplishments, leadership among her peers, and involvement in clubs and research activities. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the platform party. Michael Perella, Lisa Viktorovich, Susie Long, Dennis Becker, Ginger Carney, Jerry McMurtry, Blaine Eccles, Lindsey Brown, Bill Smith, Kurt Liebig, Tanner McLean, Ken Udis, Diane Kelly Riley, Ben McLuhan, Brian Foisey, Yolanda Bisbee, Ross Warren, Anthony Doerr, Genevieve Travis Jones, Scott Kincaid, Stephen Smith, Andrew Fields, Chandra Ford, Tori Lawrence, Jean-Marc Gauthier, and C. Scott Green, the 19th President of the University of Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Joint Color Guard, followed by the performance of our national anthem by Katie Seelmeyer. Please remove your hats unless you are in uniform or academic regalia. Please welcome the chair of the University of Idaho Faculty Senate, Jean-Marc Gauthier.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. It's my honor to welcome you to the University of Idaho's 2024 Spring Commencement. This is a special time when our university gathers to honor our students as they complete the course of study and begin a new chapter in their lives. Please join me in welcoming the 19th President of the University of Idaho, C. Scott Green.
Thank you, Associate Professor Gauthier, for opening our ceremony and for your service as Chair of Faculty Senate. Students, parents, families, deans, faculty, and honored guests, welcome to the University of Idaho, our state's flagship land-grant institution. Our history is important, and I want to begin by acknowledging that our U of I Moscow campus is located on the homelands of the Nimipu, Palouse, and Stisa-Umsh tribes. We extend gratitude to the indigenous people that call these places home since time immemorial. The university recognizes our academic responsibility to build relationships with the indigenous people to ensure integrity of tribal voices. Seated directly behind me and on the floor are representative members of the University of Idaho's leadership. Will the platform party and other members of university leadership joining from the audience please rise? Our leadership team has demonstrated its commitment and dedication to the students of this great institution. Commencement is one of our favorite days of the year. On behalf of the university's leadership team, we are excited to celebrate this accomplishment with you today. Please be seated. This is the 129th commencement year for the U of I. More than 131,000 students have earned more than 140,000 degrees since the first graduates walked across our stage in 1896. That tradition continues today. More than 2,300 graduates are joining the ranks of Vandal alumni this spring. Isn't that incredible? We take great pride in our academics, which incorporate experiential learning across disciplines, from cutting-edge research to internships. Our faculty work closely with our students and connect with them on a very personal level. A Vandal education combines rigorous academics with invaluable experiences outside the classroom. Our students are assessing tree health at our experimental forest, taking on cybersecurity and engineering challenges with companies like Schweitzer and Micron, and excelling at internships with local small businesses and shearing lambs at the U of I Sheep Center in Moscow. Vandals learn by doing. The result is graduates who are sought after by industry and command the highest starting salaries of any public university in Idaho. U of I alums work hard, and they know how to contribute from day one. They add value to their companies and their communities. A great example is Kayla Hickey-Smith, who's earning her bachelor's degree today from the College of Natural Resources. Originally from Boise, Kayla was attracted to rangeland conservation because she loved the idea of riding her horse and working with rangers. Throughout her time as a Vandal, she developed a love for the ecology of rangelands. And after graduation, she'll begin her career with the U.S. Forest Service in Leadore, Idaho. As a student, Kayla excelled academically and served her peers by working as a tutor, a teaching assistant, a college ambassador, and as an intern in the Rangeland Center. She also served as a Rangeland Club president and organized trips to New Mexico, Nevada, and my favorite, the Taylor Ranch in the Frank Church Wilderness. Another terrific example is Clayton Hanrahan, who will earn his bachelor degree today in agriculture economics with honors. He's helped coordinate and plan student events in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences and served as the student representative on the CAL's Academic Programs Advisory and Curriculum Committee. Clayton served as a teaching assistant and a peer mentor He was instrumental as a founding member of the Agricultural Risk Management Club on campus. He was also active in the Food Science Club and the Student Idaho Cattle Association, among others. After completing an internship with Syngenta, he accepted a full-time position with the agricultural company after graduation. I know there are thousands of terrific examples of Vandals who not only gained a great education here, but also made their mark by investing in their community and lifting up those around them. There's no better demonstration of this than our first-generation students. If you are the first in your family to earn a college degree, please stand. And please keep standing. The path to graduation is always challenging, but it's even more so as a first-generation student. You are a great example and a guiding light for your family and community. Congratulations to you and your families. You may be seated. As graduates, I encourage you to continue to be curious, continue to learn, continue to collaborate in ways that uplift others. This is an exciting time of your life. It's a time to take some risks, to work hard, to make a difference. As Vandals, you adapted to change and learned new skills on the fly. You embraced your community, mourned together, and celebrated together. We are all proud to call you alumni. Vandals are running boardrooms across this country, seeking justice in our courtrooms and serving in our classrooms across Idaho and the West. They're healing our family members in Idaho hospitals and working in the corridors of power in both Boise and Washington, D.C. They're even on the field in the NFL. You are joining the ranks of these leaders. Set your sights on something great. Always be prepared to operate just a little bit out of your comfort zone. It'll be hard work. There will be setbacks, but your Vandal family will be here to provide support to you along the way. You will always have the Vandal Network to help you chart your path. You are now ambassadors for our Vandal family. Keep telling your Vandal story. We'll be right here cheering you on. Congratulations, and go Vandals! As I look out over all these graduates, I know that none of you got here alone. You are supported by friends and family, people you care about, and people who care deeply for you. Graduates, take a moment to express your appreciation to those in the audience who supported you along this journey. Please rise and let everyone congratulate you. It's always one of my favorite things. You can be seated. Thank you. It's a privilege to have one of our University of Idaho regents here today to help us celebrate our graduates. Kurt Liebig is a member of the State Board of Education and a University of Idaho regent. He is the chairman and chief executive officer of Boise-based Red Built and New Wood Resources. Kurt has served on the boards of numerous educational nonprofit organizations in Idaho. Regent Liebig, will you please bring greetings to our graduates?
Good afternoon, and thank you, President Green. The State Board of Education is the governing body for all education in the state of Idaho, including our K-12 system and each of our four-year higher ed institutions. We also serve as the Board of Regents for this wonderful university that you're graduating from today. And we serve approximately 350,000 students across the great state of Idaho each academic year. On behalf of the Regents of the University of Idaho and the State Board of Education, I bring greetings to you, our graduates, and to your family, members, and friends who have supported and encouraged you throughout your educational journey, and are present here today to celebrate this meaningful accomplishment in your lives. I would also like to take a brief moment to thank President Green, the terrific administrative team, and the dedicated faculty who have worked so hard and with so much care to prepare you for this moment today. We as a state board and a board of regents are proud of your achievements. You have worked hard to achieve this goal and have demonstrated tremendous resilience during your time here. And as a result, shortly, you will graduate from Idaho's land-grant university. We wish you all the very best in your future. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Liebig, for being with us today and for your service to this university and the state of Idaho. Well, it is truly an honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, Anthony Doerr. Mr. Doerr is an accomplished author. He wrote the story collections The Shell Collector and Memory Wall, the memoir 4 Seasons in Rome, and the novels About Grace, All the Light We Cannot See, and Cloud Cuckoo Land. All the Light We Cannot See was awarded the 2015 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction and the Andrew Carnegie Medal for Excellence in Fiction. It was a #1 New York bestseller and remained on the Times bestseller list for more than 200 weeks in hardcover. Mr. Doerr's work has been translated into 40 languages and won the Barnes & Noble Discover Prize, the Rome Prize, and the New York Public Library Young Lions Award. He's earned a Guggenheim Fellowship, a National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship, and numerous other honors. He spent time on campus with our students this spring to get to know them and the University of Idaho, so we're excited to hear his address. Please join me in welcoming our 2024 Spring Commencement speaker, Anthony Doerr.
What's happening, everybody? Did you guys get a little warm during the processional? These programs are specially engineered to serve as fans as well. Thanks, President Green, for the wonderful introduction. Thanks to the faculty, administrators. Thanks to the marshals who helped you guys find your seats. Huge thanks to the family and friends here. I'll make sure I shout you out later in the speech. And thanks especially to you guys. You're the stars of the show. You're the reason we're all here. The class of 2024, it is an immense privilege to be a tiny part of your celebration. This is going to take 18 minutes. It's called Make the Most of It. If it's 8 parts, so if you fall asleep or have heat stroke and you come to later, you'll know where you are. All right? Let's do it. 1. Last month, a chart maker on Instagram asked his fans to submit their favorite attraction in each of the 50 states. Then he published a map featuring the most popular responses. Pennsylvania got the Liberty Bell. Alaska got Denali. California got Yosemite. Idaho got nothing. I've seen Shoshone Falls at full roar and the Palouse at peak green. I've seen a rainstorm send a zillion waterfalls pouring over the canyon walls of the middle fork of the Salmon. I've eaten donut holes at the summit of Mount Bora, and I've taken my kids to the Airbnb in Cottonwood that's shaped like a dog. 3-time Olympic gold medalist and Vandal alum Kristen Armstrong once went past me on a Boise mountain bike trail uphill with so much power and speed that I fell over into the cheatgrass. Any of these would be fitting attractions. But after coming to Moscow in March to meet some of you, after talking to alumni and school leaders, after reading every issue of the Argonaut for the past 4 years, I have reached the conclusion that the #1 attraction in Idaho, our Grand Canyon, our Wrigley Field, our 8th wonder of the world, is the class of 2024 at the University of Idaho. That gift took a long time to make, so I'm going to let you enjoy it. 2. This is Sherlyn Bermudez Alvarado. Yeah, she's from Idaho Falls. In 2020, she graduated from high school like so many of you did while sitting in a car, her Volkswagen Jetta. In the weeks before Sherlyn was to begin freshman year, her parents urged her to stay home to stay safe from COVID. But Sherlyn wanted an in-person college experience. I was put in a dorm, she said, without anyone else in my major. I didn't know anyone at all. I didn't have friends. And the eatery those first few weeks. Dining tables only had 4 chairs around them. They were spaced far apart, and on top of each was a placard. Green if they'd been cleaned, red if they were dirty. Sherlyn ate a lot of meals alone in her room. For the first few weeks that I was in college, back in the previous century, I had a torrid love affair with the soft-serve ice cream machine in the dining hall. It was a little taller than I was. It dispensed chocolate, vanilla, and the yin and yang chocolate vanilla twin twist. And it was open 18 hours a day. I could eat ice cream at 9 a.m., noon, and midnight, and until my friends staged an intervention, I did. For those of you who were here in the fall of 2020, there were no desserts at all. No waffle station, no milk machines, no cereal bar, no ice cream machine. This is Tanner McLean. He's right behind me. He's from Middleton. When Tanner arrived here in August of 2020, he got a bid at Beta Theta Pi. Then he tested positive for COVID. Tanner was sent upstairs to a quarantine room where he sat by himself, hearing students playing music downstairs and looking out the window. I had to text the group chat, Tanner told me. I barely knew anyone's names at this point to ask, could anyone please bring me dinner? Then Tanner was moved to a quarantine dorm. I was terrified that everybody was getting to know each other, he said, that connections would already be made, that I'd be an outsider. Those were 7 of Tanner's first 10 days in college. When I was a freshman, on the night before an AB calculus final for which I might not have studied because I might have spent the entire day playing wiffle ball and drinking beer, speaking hypothetically, I might have prayed that a virus would show up and shut down the entire school. Of course, if I had been capable of imagining what a shutdown actually looked like, that nurses would routinely stick super long Q-tips into my nostrils, that I'd live with the possibility that at any hour I might be sent home to my childhood bedroom with my Star Wars curtains and weird puppets from 6th grade, I would have had a tantrum. Class of 2024, you did not have tantrums. Instead of participating in time-honored traditions like the homecoming bonfire, you learned phrases like confinement period and mask mandate, but you didn't complain. You attended outdoor movies, you held glow-stick dance parties in the Kibbe Dome, you organized hikes, you wore masks during kickball games, you practiced your instruments on the tennis courts. You put the needs of the community above your own, and together you got through it. 3. Yeah, you could clap for these guys. This is like your families. This is Natalie Swaste. When Natalie was an 8th grader, the Jerome High School speech and debate team planned a recruitment speech to the junior high. Natalie wanted to hear it, but because her English class was analogous to an English as a second language class, her teacher decided that her students wouldn't understand the speech, so Natalie didn't get to hear the pitch. She made the speech team at Jerome High anyway. During her sophomore year, she placed 2nd in the state. After she became a Vandal, Natalie ascended to leadership positions in the College Assistant Migrant Program, CAMP, and Kappa Delta Chi. This past year, she helped to establish a new minor at the university, the Chicon X and Latin X certificate. When I was in college, I was so unwilling to commit to a major that I took nutrition, the civil rights movement, astronomy, and religious studies. I took Math 50, known in the student body as subtraction. It's addition's tricky cousin. I took Geology 55, known as Rocks for Jocks. I was a junior before I could even figure out my major. Natalie helped to develop an entire new minor. Because of her work, future Vandals, young people she may never meet, attending university in a state whose population is now over 13% Hispanic, will be able to focus their studies, if they wish, on the history of Mexican Americans. Four, when I was an undergrad, a friend and I wrote an idiotic column for the student paper. We'd make top 10 lists of sandwiches, or we'd review every station on the FM dial. This is Mark Warren. He's from Sandpoint. In November of 2022, Mark was the opinion editor at the Argonaut. We were posting pieces online every day, he said. I was just trying to do whatever I could to help our reporters publish stories. That fall and winter, Mark and his colleagues kept on reporting through their own anguish and exhaustion, even as they were getting harassed online, even as some of their email addresses were published on TikTok. This is Joanna Hayes. Joanna is from Idaho Falls. Her high school class had 9 kids in it. When the pandemic hit, she didn't even know what Zoom was. She transferred to U of I in January of 2022. My mom would always say, "Who'd you meet in class?" I'm like, "Mom, we're sitting 6 feet away from somebody. They're all wearing masks and they're scrolling on their phones." Like Mark, Joanna found a second family at the Argonaut. Over the last 2 years, she, Mark, and Ben DeWitt and their amazing colleagues have published dozens of outstanding articles about unimaginably complex subjects, fighting against the sensationalism seen almost everywhere else in the media with such poise and grace that I found myself reading their work, wiping tears from my cheeks. 5. This is the University of Idaho Band. Yeah, that's right. This, wearing slightly different colors, is also the University of Idaho Band. This past March, when Yale University's men's basketball team made the NCAA tournament, the Yale Band wasn't able to travel to Spokane, so the Vandal Band volunteered to do it. They hadn't even finished unpacking from supporting U of I in the Big Sky tournament. They had only one rehearsal to learn the Yale fight song, but they christened themselves the Van Dogs, boarded a bus to Spokane, and helped cheer on Yale to a bracket-busting upset over Auburn. They got paid in pizzas. Six. 2 decades ago, John Mackenzie was in college when his son Carson was born with a congenital heart defect. Carson needed open heart surgery, so John dropped out of school to work construction and pay the bills. By the time Carson was a senior in high school, the pandemic had arrived. He had recently lost his job. He worried about infecting his family with the virus, and he considered taking a break from school. When during her freshman year, Carson's sister, Makara, got pregnant, she also thought about dropping out of school. It would have been easier. Instead, John, their dad, joined his kids at the University of Idaho and went back to school with them to resume his own education. To say that the kids' lives have been sunshine and rainbows would be a total farce, John said. They've gone through some of the most agonizing things in life. We have all walked through them together. John, Carson, and Makara are all earning their bachelor's degrees today. For those things you think you'll never be able to accomplish, John told the Argonaut, shoot for the stars. Even if you don't hit the stars, maybe you'll fall on the moon. 7. These past months, I've come to realize that the Vandal family isn't a catchphrase, it's real. Sherlyn told me these 4 years it's been one thing after another, but when something happens, we do what we have to. We just rally and support each other. If you go to school here, Joanna told me, you have pride in it and you reach back to help. There is a huge weight and a huge impact to being a Vandal. When Natalie was helping push through the Chicanx and Latinx certificate, she knew she was working to culminate a 15-year effort. It never would have happened, she said, without so many others. When Tanner was helping plan the memorial last November, he reminded everyone that there's no shame, that indeed there is strength in relying on others for help. You are not alone, he said. The Vandal family is here. Everywhere I looked, from the athletic fields to the McCall Outdoor Science School, from the Greek system to the experimental forest, I saw that over the past 4 years, whenever someone had a need, you all stepped up and met it. You put the needs of the community above your own, and you still did your homework too. 8. When I graduated from college, the advice I heard most frequently was go make the most of it. Maybe you've heard it too. You made it through your coursework, you passed your exams, you earned your degrees, now go make the most of it. All through my 20s and 30s, this advice hounded me. I worried that if I wasn't publishing in the best magazines, if I wasn't landing fellowships that paid the most money, if I wasn't coming to my senses and giving up my silly dream of becoming a novelist, then I wasn't making the most of it. Because my family sacrificed so that I could go to college, it felt like the most was something I owed them, as though life after college was a quest for treasure in which each graduate tries to grab the most before somebody else does. I was guilty of what my father-in-law calls the sunburned throat syndrome, always looking up, staring into the sun to see what everyone above me was getting. It took me too long to learn that the quest to get more, as though if you get enough more, you'll finally get to the most, is a fool's errand. It's a message of scarcity. It suggests that there isn't enough to go around, when the truth is that the world actually brims with abundance. The ag students here can tell you that a single cubic meter of soil brims with miracles. The biology students can tell you that a single cell vibrates with mysteries. The chemists like Dr. Shreve can tell you that there's enough to study in the interactions of 3 basic molecules to fill a lifetime. The physics majors can tell you that the cosmos overflows with riddles. The art students can tell you that the more you look, the more you'll see. And the poets can tell you that a single poem, if it's written well enough, can possess enough beauty to shake you to your core. And the most important lesson, a lesson you all learned at a younger age than I did, is that the scarcity model doesn't work at all when it comes to kindness. Kindness isn't finite. There isn't some reservoir of kindness hidden in the mountains that we're in danger of emptying if we give too much away. When you put kindness into a space, you actually make more. It's infinitely reproducible. What you remind us is that making the most of it can mean appreciating the sheer pleasure of getting to stand shoulder to shoulder with friends and laugh. Making the most of it can mean walking outdoors some night with someone you love and looking for the northern lights. It can mean taking an extra minute some afternoon to check in on a friend. It can mean learning another school's fight song in a single practice session. It can mean appreciating that you have a soft serve ice cream machine back in the dining hall. A commencement ceremony might feel like an ending, but it's actually a beginning. The word commence means to start, to initiate, to come into being. In the months to come, you'll hear lots of voices telling you that the world that you're commencing into is in rough shape. Americans are ultra-polarized, they'll say. The oceans are too warm, AI is going to eat your jobs, and then possibly eat you. That's one perspective. Here's another. Your knees are as good as they're ever going to get. You have full heads of hair, most of you. You can buy bananas in the middle of the winter. You have access to the highest quality toilet paper in the history of Homo sapiens. And you've learned that when you put the needs of your community before your own, together you can get through anything. You don't come to college to find your true self. You come to college to learn how to reinvent yourself over and over again. When in the next hour you hear your name and walk this stage, try to remember, as I know you will, that the administrators up here and the professors who taught you and the marshals who led you in and the staff who planned this celebration have, just like you, had to solve some really complicated puzzles these past 4 years. They too had to lean on colleagues, friends, and families to get them through. If later today you're lucky enough to spend an hour with a few of these beaming, amazing family members to your left and right, remember how blessed you are that you can tell them face to face, thank you for sacrificing for me. Thank you for worrying about me. Thank you for loving me. If later today you're lucky enough to spend an hour with a fellow graduate, try to remember what an incredible gift it is to have even one other human on earth who shared your journey with you, who knows just the right song to play, the right text to send, the right time to stay quiet and give you space. Together, you are so much more than a bunch of individuals in folding chairs. You are a convoy of resilient, courageous explorers who have traveled a road of intellectual and emotional difficulty few of us can imagine. Today, not just the Vandal family here in this building, but all of us Idahoans, we recognize your grace, your generosity, and your resilience. You are the eighth wonder of Idaho. Go chase your curiosities. Go set yourself in the path of beauty. Go make the most of the privilege of being here on this miraculous, exquisite, mysterious planet. Congratulations, class of 2024.
What a treat. Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate your inspiring words and valuable wisdom. I'd now like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Thomas R. Warren, Professor of Military Science, to recognize our graduates who have been commissioned in the United States Armed Forces.
Good afternoon. The University of Idaho has a long history of developing the future officer leadership of the United States Armed Forces, the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Space Force. This graduating class is no exception. Will the uniformed graduates on the floor please stand? Later in today's ceremony, each of these graduates will walk with their respective colleges to receive their diplomas. However, prior to that, we would like to recognize them for having completed a rigorous leadership development program in conjunction with their pursuit of a degree. Each of these students were commissioned as officers yesterday and swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to bear true faith and allegiance to the same, to take that obligation freely, without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion, and to well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which they entered. So help them God. Please join me in recognizing these great Americans for their accomplishments and their sworn commitment to lead and serve our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and guardians.
And thank you all for your service to our country. We don't underestimate your sacrifice, and we appreciate you. We're grateful for our ROTC and the amazing work of all our students in these programs. It's a privilege and a joy to work with all of our talented and committed student leaders. From the Student Bar Association to the Graduate and Professional Student Association to all of our many clubs and organizations, we have terrific students who care about our community and give back. I'd like to invite Tanner McLean, our outgoing ASUI president, to address his fellow graduating students. Tanner?
All right, thanks for the introduction, President Green. 3 years ago, at the start of our freshman year, my older sister, who was a graduating senior at the time, was moving into an apartment at the Whites, alongside Taylor Avenue. While helping her move into her apartment, I felt a strong sense of awe, peace, and tranquility as I gazed out the window and saw the edge of campus. I noticed the water tower, with its iconic golden eyes shining in the sun. I heard the chimes from the Admin clock playing to the tune of our alma mater, Here We Have Idaho, echoing across campus. There's nothing quite like a Moscow summer night. Crowds of students walking on campus are graced with a warm August breeze. Old friends reconnect, share stories from the summer. Each August, we are also welcomed by a new class of freshmen who often struggle to remember the names of everyone they meet. The summer is a time to share moments with friends at country concerts, Palooza Fest, and Screen on the Green. One of my favorite memories was Greek Rush, when I met my brothers, Torrin Toole, Peyton Rossi, Tim Reed, Jack Schnorr, Joe and Josh Angler, Gavin Luna, Wayne Carpenter, and Jackson Coleman. Summertime in Moscow can be likened to freshman year. It's always fun, exciting, with few responsibilities before classes begin. The transition between summer and fall is always welcome, as we embrace the cooler temperature that comes with autumn. The fall is a time to take special pride in being a part of the Vandal family. This is a time of football games, tailgates, hot dogs, and homecoming festivities. The U of I traditions list best describes tailgating as bringing families and students in the community together for one cause, a great time. Laughter, conversation, and music fill the air, and the smell of grilled hamburgers and hot dogs makes tailgating a tasty tradition that all Vandals love. Some of my favorite college memories are found in the Vandalizing Students section, just right over here, giving Joe Vandal high fives and chanting our fight songs after touchdowns. The months of fall are a time for Vandal pride, as we celebrate homecoming each year. In fact, did you know that we were one of the first universities to start the tradition of homecoming beginning in 1909? The Serpentine and bonfire are unique to the Vandal experience. Students crowd together to walk across campus, following the sound of Idaho marching band. It was always fun running to my friends during Serpentine, including Court Brocky, one of my best friends since 5th grade, who is also graduating today. The months of fall can be like in a sophomore year, a time to fully embrace Moscow and U of I as our new home. Then, when least expected, a cold snap comes rushing in, freezing over our town of Moscow. As the winter in Moscow begins, the days grow darker. The challenges that come with winter seem to last forever, as the sun disappears for several months. I find hope that during the coldest and darkest days of the year, we come together closer than ever before. In the darkness, there is always light. With winter comes the holiday season, sledding, and snowball fights. In the winter of 2021, a blizzard came through our campus. Classes were canceled, which meant good times. Crowds of students flocked to the hill above the lower 40 lawn to go sledding. So many students came together and went sledding all week long. Moscow winters can be likened to junior year, as academics grow more challenging, yet close, tight-knit friendships grow. Eventually, the snow begins to thaw, and springtime arrives in Moscow. And it snows again. After a few more snowfalls, then spring is finally here. Patty's Mexican Bar and Grill reopens its patio for students' enjoyment. Woo, yeah. The time passes quickly while you're in college, but in the spring, the walks to the corner club and grub truck grow nostalgic. Yeah, eventually, the time comes for your last day of class. My last day of class on campus was at the administration building, April 30th, in room 307. It was 6 o'clock on a Tuesday. I wanted to feel accomplished in my college career. Still, thoughts lingered through my head of papers and exams yet to be completed, along with an uncertain future that comes with graduating. Then, I saw a couple of students taking graduation photos alongside the iconic red pressed brick and sandstone-trimmed admin building, and it brought me to the current moment. As I walked down Hello Walk, I noticed a Spanish-American War statue nestled among the oak trees. I then walked down Old Greek Row, as if I were going home to 727 Elm Street during my freshman year. Woo! The sun went down slower this evening. In all the fast times at the University of Idaho, I will never forget these moments, especially those shared with friends. Spring in Moscow can be likened to senior year, as spring is the season of rebirth and growth. Our graduation may feel like the end, but in truth, it is the start of a new beginning. As a good friend of mine once told me, we are ending the prologue of life. Before the rest of your life begins, remember this milestone here and now. I ask all of you to take this moment in when you walk across this stage. Let that brief moment live on and empower you. Do not let the future distract you, but rather embrace the moment you receive your diploma. Parents, guardians, and families of the graduates, tonight, when you are celebrating, I ask you all to capture the moment within all the conversations, hopefully joined by warm food, cold drinks, maybe even some dancing. Cherish that moment with them. Now, I want to take a quick moment to thank my family for all the support they have given me. Mom, Dad, and Grandpa, I love you. Let this moment and tonight's celebration live on with all of you for the years to come. You have earned it by graduating from the University of Idaho. As I close my speech, I want to thank you all for being a part of an exceptional college experience. When I look across this crowd today, I see a united community. We may no longer be students, but as alumni, we will always be part of the Vandal family. For here we have Idaho, a beacon for mountain and plain. Congrats, class of 2024, and go Vandals!
Thank you, Tanner. We appreciate your excellent leadership of the ASUI over the past 2 years. We now have the honor of recognizing a member of our own Vandal family with the President's Medallion. This award is presented to an individual who has made significant contributions to the cultural, economic, scientific, and or social advancement of Idaho and its people, as well as provided exceptional service to the state or nation that has influenced the well-being of humankind. Dr. Jeannie Shreve is the University of Idaho Distinguished Professor of Chemistry. As a faculty member for more than 63 years, Dr. Shreve has maintained an unparalleled standard for production, mentorship, service, and innovation. She and her colleagues have published more than 725 refereed academic articles, and her work has been cited more than 32,000 times. Dr. Shreve's list of professional awards and honors could fill many pages. She's a fellow of the American Chemical Society, ACS, and in February she was honored by the Washington-Idaho border section of ACS for 70 years of active membership. In addition to her faculty duties at the U of I, Dr. Shreve has also served as the chair of the Department of Chemistry and as vice president for research and graduate studies. We are very grateful for her immense contributions to our community as a scholar, a leader, and a mentor. Dr. Shreve's career embodies the University of Idaho's values of excellence, integrity, and perseverance, and I'm proud to award the President's Medallion to Dr. Jeannie Shreve. Oh, one of my favorite people. Provost and Executive Vice President Lawrence will now recognize our graduates who have earned honor awards.
Good afternoon. The University of Idaho is committed to the pursuit of excellence. Today we recognize the students who are graduating with special honors. Will the students please stand as I call your honor designation and remain standing? Audience, please hold your applause until all of our honorees are standing. Cum laude, with distinction, signified by a bronze honor cord, they are the top 10% of their college class. Please stand. Magna cum laude, with great distinction, signified by a silver honor cord, they are the top 6% of their college class. Will you please stand? Summa cum laude, with highest distinction, signified by a gold honor cord, these students are the top 3% of their college class. Will you please stand? Next, we invite members of our honors program to stand and be recognized. And finally, we also recognize other honors societies and honor organizations, our officer education program candidates, veterans, and all others with honor cords. Will you please stand? You have brought distinction to yourselves and to our university through your high achievements as students and scholars. We honor your hard work and your commitment to learning. We look to you for leadership in upholding high standards for yourselves and for your peers. Congratulations. Please be seated. We will now begin the granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for the baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees. The requirements are set forth by the faculty at the University of Idaho and have been completed through formal study. Degrees will be conferred on all candidates present today, as well as those who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? That's bachelor's degrees? Good. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to be awarded the baccalaureate degree so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive a master's degree so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the master's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive a doctoral degree so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the doctoral degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
We will now begin the awarding of doctoral degrees. They will be followed by the master's and baccalaureate degrees. Students receiving a doctorate are given a doctoral hood. Doctor of Philosophy candidates will be hooded by their major professor. And graduates, after receiving your degree today, we ask that you please remain here for the remainder of the ceremony out of respect for the other graduates and their families. Marshals, will you please escort the candidates to the stage?
Yo, Vandals, V's up, baby. Students graduating with a doctoral degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Rocio del Carmen Silvestre Casas is being hooded by Advisor Joseph C. Kuhl. Dissertation title, Mapping Resistance to the Potato Cyst Nematode Globidera pallida in a Tetraploid Russet Skin Potato Population. Mariam Abbasi, Environmental Science, is being hooded by Armando McDonald. Dissertation title, Enhanced Properties of Poly-3 Hydroxylbutyrate Co-3 Hydroxylvariate for Blown Film Application. Azan Hamad Al-Karem, Computer Science, is being hooded by Danielle Conte de Leon. Dissertation title, A Graph-Based Formal Access Control Model to Support Positive and Negative Permissions, Exceptions, Redundancy and Conflict Detection, Permission to Delegate, Delegation, Separation of Duties, and Separation of Duties Exceptions and Violation Detection. Abdullah Mari Al-Katani, being hooded by Rick Sheldon. Dissertation title, Cybersecurity in the Deep Learning Era, a Comprehensive Framework for Crypto Ransomware Detection and Prevention. Elizabeth Fende Midiki Atang, Physics, being hooded by Matt Hedman. Dissertation title, Regolith Depth and Crater Morphology, Analysis of Small Impact Craters on Lunar Maria. Bishal Batarai, Mechanical Engineering, being hooded by Tao Jing. Dissertation title, Hydrodynamic Interactions in Salmon Reds, Hypereic Exchange Drivers and Embryos Habitat Optimization. Gautam Kumar Reddy Bular, Biological Engineering, is being hooded by Dev Streshta. Dissertation title, Quantification of Interthecal Solute Transport, an in vitro study using human and non-human primate models. Anwar Saud Hussein Bushnak, Entomology, is being hooded by Edwin Lewis. Dissertation title, Exploring the Link Between Host Plant Adaptation and Metabolic Resistance in Two-Spotted Spider Mites. Salvador Castaneda Barba, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology, is being hooded by Eva Top. Dissertation title, Monitoring the Spread of Plasmid-Mediated Antibiotic Resistance in Agricultural Soil. Clinton Allen Elge, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology, being hooded by Eva Top. Dissertation title, Determining the Function of N-Characterized Genes provides insights into the evolution of mobile genetic elements. Rasul Chupanzada, Electrical Engineering, is being hooded by Eta Zaginjol. Dissertation title, Novel Methods for Advanced Modeling, Analysis, and Optimization of Electromagnetic Systems. Mohammed Sar Wat El Shazi, Civil Engineering, is being hooded by Ahmed Ibrahim. Dissertation title, Assessment of Pre-Stressed Bridges Subjected to Overheight Truck Impact and the Impact of Autonomous and Connected Truck Platoons on Bridges. Molly Jacqueline Garrett, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Paul Hohenlohe and Lisette Waits. Dissertation title, Applications of Genomic Tools for Threatened Species and Ecosystem Conservation. Mazen Ali Ghazan Abulana, Computer Science, is being hooded by Rick Sheldon. Dissertation title, Using Multifaceted Deep Learning Approach to Enhance Ransomware Detection. Kelsey Marie Jutla, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Randall Brooks. Dissertation title, From Classroom to Forest, an analysis of outdoor learning environments and nature-centric pedagogical approaches. Deepak Koirala, Chemistry, being hooded by I. Francis Cheng. Dissertation title, Iron-Based Aqueous Energy Storage and DNA Biosensor. Sarah A. Lewis Scholes, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Ava Strand. Dissertation title, Bridging Spatiotemporal Scales and Post-Fire Processes, Leveraging Contemporary Geospatial Techniques to Advance Post-Fire Hydrologic Monitoring. Christine Martinet, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology, is being hooded by Barry Robeson. Dissertation title, Video Games and Web Databases as Novel Computational Tools for Understanding Biodiversity. Maureen Matuha, Environmental Science, is being hooded by Kenneth Kane. Dissertation title, Improving the Commercial Feasibility of Burbot Agriculture by optimizing larval weaning methods, defining nutritional requirements, and assessing market and economic viability. Luis Nunez III, Mechanical Engineering. Major Professor Michael Mon. Dissertation title, An Approach to Directed Energy Deposition Process Structure Property Analysis with Experiments and Modeling. Joel Oduro Afrifie, Computer Science, being hooded by Major Professor Rick Sheldon. Dissertation title, Improving Personal Health Question Answering Through Knowledge Graph Enhancement. Rabina Pradhan, Chemistry, being hooded by Major Professor Christopher Waynant. Dissertation title, Evaluated Coordinated Binding Biological Activity and Catalysis of Redox Active Athioformimide Metal Systems. Jeffrey Curtis Ross, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Gregory Latta. Dissertation title, Setting and Achieving Greenhouse Gas Emission Reduction Targets in the Forest Products Industry Through Carbon Insetting, a Supply Shed Approach. Dwayne Stucker, Mechanical Engineering, being hooded by Kamal Kumar. Dissertation title, Pyrolysis and Combustion Studies of Lignocellulosic Biomass Using Thermogravimetry and Evolved Gas Analysis. Lucine Taslakanyan, Water Resources, is being hooded by Gregory Moeller. Dissertation title, Life Cycle Assessment and Techno-Economic Analysis of Reactive Filtration, Biochar Integrated Reactive Filtration, and Biochar Bubble Filtration for Nutrient Removal and Recovery of Wastewater Treatment Decarbonization. Haley Elizabeth Thorson, Geology, is being hooded by Elizabeth Castle. Dissertation title, Eocene Basin Record of the Initiation of Extension and Metamorphic Core Complex Exhumation in Western Montana, USA. Students graduating with a master's or specialist degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry and Provost Tori Lawrence. Achirera Anatachote.
Adegbola Babs Ogunligi.
Katie Madison Burton.
Erica Kristen Butler.
Isabella Marie Castile.
Mosiah J. Castro.
Susmita Das Chaduri.
Aaron Joseph Daughtry.
Agapito Ramirez Curiel.
Kayla Bridget Delancey.
Jacqueline Davis.
Hedige Fernando.
Nicholas Espinoza.
Mallory Grace Ford.
Hope Altida Maria de Avila.
Sebastian Andre Garcia.
Colburn Towns Field.
Constantine Andrew Joronos.
McKenna Renee Ford.
Michael James Gilgun.
Wesley Cole Gates.
Taken Don Graham.
Jeremiah Gilbert.
Tyler Andrew Hand.
Madeline Marie Gregoire.
Amy May Harmon.
Blake Douglas Hanson.
McKenna Louise Harville.
Madison R. Harris.
Caitlin Hackathorn.
Johannes Bjorn Hansgart.
Tony Lynn Hudson.
Stacy Hone Hyde.
Sydney Page Inman.
Dalton Blaze Johnson.
Lisa Marie Kangas.
Pardis Cabe.
Natavati Kunsi.
Hannah Lynn Kindlespire.
Lauren Kayleen King.
Ashley Kate Lingland.
Laura Catherine Lambert.
Grace Arlene Lawson.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Business and Economics will be greeted by Dean Lisa Viktorovich. Carson Thomas Shriver. Matthew John Nye.
Kaushik Lingaraju.
Clancy King.
Colton McInnes.
Dylan James Schofield.
Melinda K. McAllister.
Ricardo Hernandez.
McKenna Marie Rose Moore.
Alexandra Ann Monopoulos.
Darwin Timothy Nessheim.
Kayla Marie Moros.
Kathleen O'Day.
Dawson William Becker.
Andre Alexander Kolembatov.
Bianca Judith Perez.
Olamide Ulawatade.
Dylan Lane Montgomery.
Spencer Lee Oldemeyer.
Mason Joe Bengaman.
Jose Gildarda Ortiz.
Joe Farrakha.
Aditi Pocarel.
Chase Victor De Leon. Summa cum laude.
Logan Kirk Prescott.
Daniel Breritron.
David C. Reitz.
Braden Brousseau, cum laude.
Ray Emmanuel Ruiz Rios.
Justine Ray Lackner.
Ty Reinemann.
Matthias B. Bertram.
Tyler Leon Sand.
Samuel Ray Brown.
Matthew Sato.
Jillian Cornier, cum laude.
Heidi Lynn Selman.
Cody Welcome Merrill.
Ronisha Shigdell.
Jory Dotz.
Savannah Rayanne Strobel.
Second Lieutenant Patrick Thomas Hunter.
Matthew Scott Thompson.
Elijah Ray Sanchez.
Chris Trahan.
Sarah Nicole Evans.
Amanda Marie Vilwalk.
Brianna Jean Bonney.
Gavin Sterling Volkers.
Matthew Scott McGann.
Jacob Youngblood.
Jose Emmanuel Surya Donata, summa cum laude.
Jeffrey Joel Wyrick.
Allison Michelle Cord.
Gokuleshwar Pokarel.
Cassiana Nicole Azzolini.
Colin Mulcahy.
Lily Ray Fletcher.
Nicole Joy Nance.
Darby Elizabeth Linhold Anderson.
Havala Christine Noyar.
Natalie Marie Alva cum laude.
Christy Olds.
Molly Ann Collins.
John Michael Patrick.
Matthew N. Overby, summa cum laude.
Thomas James Patterson.
Parker James Overby, cum laude.
Kiel Isaac Rasmussen.
Matthew Noel Lyon, magna cum laude.
Daniel K. Rivard.
Owen Matthew Hartman, magna cum laude.
Stephen Matthew Rougeau.
Finn James Mahoney, cum laude.
Sarah Elizabeth Shoemaker.
Christian Jacob Emmanuel Nimola.
Habiba Ahmed Adel Amin Shitawi.
Carson Jeffrey Valley, magna cum laude.
Jennifer Louise Smith.
Nicholas Bovenkamp.
Hunter Morgan Verity.
Vanner Arthur Hegbloom, cum laude.
Sally Vlas.
Cortland Joseph Brocky.
Hannah Jobnia Wapato.
Zoe Davis.
Robert Wacko.
Caleb Strong.
Kyle Ledoux.
Kobe Ty Johnson.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences will be greeted by Dean Michael Perella. Emma Dawn Parsons, magna cum laude.
Austin D. Ayers.
Clayton Harandan.
Catherine Hope Johnson.
Alisa Easterday.
Jacob Riley O'Connell.
Caitlin Nicole Scarrow.
Eric John Altenhofen.
Narcisse Desaron Mubaya.
Ebitimi Nakoru Efidi.
Shaylin Rose Young.
Zachary Edward Brightman.
Christina Albor Ojeda.
James William Bolger.
Kinley Grace Anderson, summa cum laude.
Christian Alejandro Easty Toledo.
Allison Rose Aitken.
Noah William Nimmer.
Michelle Saldana.
Finn Stewart Benson.
Caden Ball.
Joshua Mason Hall.
Taylor may begin.
Dawson Travis Key.
Sherilyn Bermudez Alvarado.
Truman William Renton.
Asaya M. Brazil Gayshik.
Trey Michael Wilson.
Sydney Jean Carter, summa cum laude.
Taylor Ann Shears.
Jordan Ann Cassidy.
Derek Robinson Flynn.
Alden Connors.
Callista Carlene Rodriguez.
Peyton Elaine Campbell.
Madison Lynn Athey.
Avery Gabrielle Clark White.
Brennan Scott Sabala.
Haley Anita Chambers.
Matthew G. Morandi.
Kyle Jeffrey Dale.
Cameron James Ledoux.
Patrick Andrew Dillon.
Tia Ann Flagg.
Marcus Roger King.
Anais Herb Cohn.
Peter Nicholas Agoriaga.
Sarah Anderson.
Sadie Joe Buck.
Mason Andresen.
Grace Ann Henning.
Christina Ellen Noble.
Julia Nicole Dondero.
Madison Grace Meeks.
Annalise Renee DeVries.
Layla Nicole Houston.
Catherine Grace Ehlers.
Mason Woodrow Hayes.
Jessica Emily Donnell.
Micaiah F. Stafford.
Jacqueline Marjorie Ferguson.
Ryan Patrick Malone.
Brittany Nicole Lenz.
Jared Caleb Newberry.
Arnulfo Llamas.
Evan Taylor.
Spencer Fisher.
Tyson J. Gauthier.
Sophia S. Corey.
Catherine Nicole Clark, summa cum laude.
Kylie M. Ellsworth.
Zoe Nels.
Jordan Lynn Mose.
Isabel Rose Estrada.
Taylor Lee Dixon.
Jada Giselle Ponce.
Mitchell Todd Hansen.
Mildred Alicia Paredes.
Wendy Ann Millicent Fields, cum laude.
Jennifer Marie Zavala Vargas.
Kaylee Elizabeth Feigl.
Kyle Michael Turner.
Amy Lynn Flack, summa cum laude.
Jessica Michelle Fenton.
Second Lieutenant Elizabeth Eileen Bearden.
Ashton Ann Sutton.
Second Lieutenant Jessica Nicole Mayer, summa cum laude.
Courtney J. Volk.
Second Lieutenant Abram F. Ramirez.
Liz Ann Soth.
Zoe Froh.
Brooklyn Renee Lindley.
Ellie Michelle Hafer.
Tiara Raquel Lambert.
Abelardo Herrera.
Hallie Christine Schwartz.
Michaela D. Graney.
Jamie Taylor Morgan.
Omar Garcia.
Brendan Alexander Noble.
Lucas Robert Harrington.
Ashley Samantha Hopi.
Raylene Taylor Helm.
Alex Matthew Lentz.
Brianna Kenzie Kaur, cum laude.
Joshua Brady Lorenz.
Briley Jensen.
Zuela Yeager Moore.
Isaac Landrine Kasselt.
Alexander Slavi Azanov.
Caitlin Marie Lorenzo.
Mario Duran.
Emily Ann Blattner.
Mateo Masala.
Lacey Leanne Lemberg.
Alejandro Salvador Severa.
Mary Lapushinsky, cum laude.
Janae Levine Thomas.
Nicholas Manino.
Scott Glenn Utzman.
Rachel Marie Milad.
Kristen Kennedy Cipher.
Courtney Elise Marshall.
Ashley M. Wilson.
Tanner Dennis Anderson.
Dylan Jeffrey Thompson.
Kennedy Alexis Cox.
Ryan D. Ripley magna cum laude.
Cameron Claire Orr.
Jared Sherman.
Cassandra Ann Muleson.
Connor Clark Severs magna cum laude.
Alyssa Nicole Murillo.
Jacob Parker Vanderwall.
Tyler McElroy.
Ridge Bradford Robinson.
Elizabeth Ann Minnick.
Benedict Beckett Zapata.
Jackson Lane Mitchell.
Kyle Aswin Kairupi, summa cum laude.
Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn.
Juan Diaz.
Gracelyn May Boren.
Leslie Luna.
Cooper Wyatt Trindle.
Stephanie Ruiz.
Ryan Anthony Leverenz.
Monica Hurtado.
Sarah Elizabeth Watkins.
Carmen Garciela Monjadas.
Taryn Kathleen Packer.
Omar Avila Rodriguez.
Emily Ruth Pearson.
Alexandra Chiapa Murillo.
Abigail Olmos.
Erin Marie Sandoval.
Gabriela Ponce.
Kyra Lorraine Scharnhorst magna cum laude.
Esmeralda Zestera Perez.
Alexia Faye Holcomb.
Maya Adela Ramirez.
Morgan Henry Rowe.
Abigail Pearl Papianu.
Torin David Scott Toole.
Emily Ray Romanowski.
Gavin Cruz Luna.
Montana Jean McConnell.
Peyton Thomas Rossi.
Ellie Marie Tesnaledek.
Jack Stryker Schnorr.
Virginia Brooks McDonald.
Joseph Stephen Hengler, cum laude.
Tess Marie Richardson, cum laude.
Joshua Robert Hengler, cum laude, magna cum laude.
Chloe McDougall.
Jack Gardner Skinner, cum laude.
Juliana Aieo Howell.
Conrad McFarlane Harrison.
Andrea Isabel Garza.
Mac Weiler Stoffiker.
Kemeni Deirana Sosa.
Quinlan Hudeberg.
Alexis Nicole Carter Weiss.
Lisan Al Gaib.
Skylar Sue Raymond.
Hayden Arthur Cantrill.
Madeline Elena Lasher.
Jeremy Ryan Clemens.
Lily Christine Tippett.
Kelvin John Cobley.
Riley Russell.
Justin Daniel Kozlowski.
Kendra Shea Bryant.
Sarah Marie Karskalin.
Lily McKay Erickson.
Grace Isabella Solon.
Mackenzie Catherine Thiel.
Andrea Bouvet, magna cum laude.
Sawyer Roy Tennant.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Engineering will be greeted by Dean Susanna Long. Petra Ann Morgan.
Christian James Ramirez.
Khaled Alamoudi.
Sydney Marie Roberts.
Chelsea Kelsey Barrera.
Emma Sue Schneider.
Destiny Marie Ditton.
Sabrina A. Sarpolis.
Christian Peter Jacobson.
Devin Samuel Schaefer.
Grace Elizabeth James.
Claire D. Smith.
Kaylee Jeanette.
John Luke Standifer.
Nicholas Michael Knowles.
April Ann Tetweiler.
Levi Bailey.
Henry Carter Trujillo.
Dawson Harrington Burgess.
Natalie Grace Vanel.
Gabriel Alexander Brandt.
Alec Lee Vineyard.
Chris Bowie.
Alyssa Michelle Whitaker, summa cum laude.
Abraham Jacob Brown.
Josephine Nora Waterskishen.
Jackson Zimri Coleman.
Jordan Ashley White.
Timothy Nicholas Reed.
Melody Ann White.
Julian Kai Collins.
Sydney Mariana Wooler.
Caden Coddington.
Audrey Jean Ziegenfuss.
Isaac James Corcatelli.
Julian Thomas Zucker.
Alphonse Crittenton.
Zachariah Gordon Green.
Ian Claster Clough.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Natural Resources will be greeted by Dean Dennis Becker. Kayla Marie Hickey-Smith.
Colton Donnell.
Declan Connor Ainsworth.
Zachary John DeLuca.
Kenton Conley Ainsworth.
Sean Devine.
Bobby J. Alexander.
Thomas Crandall Dittman, cum laude.
Cole Barber.
Carter Aaron Donnelly.
Garrett Andrew Bernard.
Talia Rose Duke.
Alexandra Kaylin Bishop.
Matthew Ryan Etherton.
Clayson Bonds.
Haley Lynn Faith, cum laude.
Derek Braga.
Second Lieutenant. Second Lieutenant Jared William Nelson.
Peyton Ryland Brower.
Sandra Merritt Falconer.
Madeline Tyne Calhoun.
Abigail Mary Fellows.
Megan Kiana Carr.
JC Ann Johnson, summa cum laude.
Ella Catherine Carroll.
Logan McKinney Finley, cum laude.
Rochelle Marie Cecil.
Kyle Fisk.
Okay. Sorry. Rowdy Claycomb.
Ian Fleming.
Kylie Jo Core.
Second Lieutenant Hunter Adam Higginbottom.
Erin Rose Daniels.
Christian Adrian Ceballos, summa cum laude.
Alexander Michael Hampton.
Elijah Chen Franklin, summa cum laude.
Ryan Day.
Jason Clark Franklin, summa cum laude.
Benjamin Malachi Ertz, summa cum laude.
Trenton Gardella.
Madeline K. Essman.
Garrett Edward Green.
Alex Lynn Friesen.
Caden Hall.
William Scott Hanoski, cum laude.
Aaron Joseph Gertner.
Megan Marie Hill.
Donald Grant McDonald II.
Camille Hinkle.
Donald Jacob Hammer.
Michaela Tate Hinson.
Tristan J. Hardcastle Peck.
Jacqueline House.
Kyle James Hash.
Mia Belize Hill.
Bryce Aaron Hendrickson.
Haley Catherine Grace Holmgren.
Brian Austin Healy, magna cum laude.
Andrew Michael Heath.
Brad Curtis Hinkey.
Grace Jean Holwagner.
Keaton James Hewitt, cum laude.
Trevor Patrick Ireland.
Bradley Hilly.
Douglas Joseph Hayrand.
Destiny Marie Hilliard, cum laude.
Carlin Laurel Jackson.
Addison James Hoffman.
Jonna Andrea Jensen.
Logan Stephen Jean-Selmy.
Dylan Colt Johnson.
Jason Riley Jerky.
Brandon Michael Keene.
Cameron Edward Kamensky.
Samantha Jean Kennel.
Ashley Rose Keeley.
Chloe Elizabeth Kernan.
Travis James Kerr.
Anna Christine Klunt.
Nathan Bauer Lavoie.
Nathan Noiler.
Lucian Lee.
William J. Kokernick.
Casey James Lemon.
Second Lieutenant Piper Donald Cryer.
Jacob Alexander Liedl, summa cum laude.
Benjamin Jeffrey Lander.
Paul Christopher Martin.
Karen Catherine Lissy.
Emily May Mack.
Alyssa Renee Livingston.
Dre Jose Trout Mata.
Ethan David Luft, cum laude.
Liam M. Matthews.
John Nilson Mays.
James Owen McDonald.
Shayla Ray Martinez.
Alex Norman Bailey.
Shelby Marie Marin.
Ethan Robert Overstreet.
Samuel Scott McFarland.
Toby A. McLennan, cum laude.
Jesse Jacob Midgarden.
Molly Aaron Meadows, magna cum laude.
Madison Francis Miller.
Oscar Michua Zarate.
Rachel Celicia Mint.
Benjamin Morenes.
Madison Kennedy Mock.
Oscar Empoi.
Ensign Wyatt Samuel Moore.
Connor Mullins.
Braden Michael Morris.
Matthew Neal.
Jonathan Basilio Muniz.
Naya Morgan Nelson, summa cum laude.
John Murphy.
Joseph David Norman, magna cum laude.
Julia May Nickel.
Reed Ofstun.
Braden Neerman.
Jenna Luz Lo Pura, summa cum laude.
Bradley J. O'Brien.
Kareen Perman.
Zoe Elizabeth Pabst.
Joshua Pham Grimes.
Heather Simone Pound, cum laude.
Luke Dominic Presta.
Caitlin Rao, cum laude.
Jordan Lee Reed.
Dylan Ryan Reynolds.
Mackenzie Shirley Reed.
Ryan Allen Robles, summa cum laude.
Tyler K. Reigard.
Taylor Charles Robnett.
Noah Scott Reith, magna cum laude.
Kyle C. Roth.
Kathy Reese.
Daniel J. Shapiro.
Lena Huynh Tran.
Jackson I. Shoemate.
Virginia May Herboard.
Paige Ashley Simons.
Sydney Louise Schoth.
Braden Sidney Sneerly.
Carson James Ruber.
Crystal Ann Stignani.
Marissa Joelle Samoya.
Ryan Patrick Trenkel.
Paul Joseph Sanchirico.
Reed Edward Upmore.
Kyle Russell Schultz, summa cum laude.
Kyle Ureta.
Spencer Edward Scruggs.
Cody Lawrence Wagner.
Mark Alexander Slisenko.
Aiden McKay Weston.
Carson Jack Sloan, cum laude.
Jacob Kitzler Wilkie.
Alexander L. Smart.
Josie Jeanette Wilson.
Ishmael Staples.
Jacob Young.
Devin Chase Tanak.
Michael Matthew Youngworth.
John Lewis Taylor.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Science will be greeted by Dean Ginger Carney. Madeline Therese Moody, summa cum laude.
William Thielman.
William Otten.
Matthew Don Droxel.
Luke Reinhold Austin.
Ethan Brian Von Bargen.
Blake Baker.
Ryan Patrick Wagner.
Kendra Leanne Beardsley.
Derek Allen Walker.
Nathaniel I. Bonner.
Riley Ian Walsh.
Keely Shea Bothwell.
Parker Ray Watson.
Adam Joshua Carlson.
Matthew Scott Weber.
Kendall Suzanne Cates.
Riot Weisenfels.
Ryan Patrick Corse.
Aiden Michael Hooley.
Matthias Andres Crespo.
Peter Weber, summa cum laude.
J.R. Creveling.
Jakayla Ann White.
May Evelyn Dawson.
Stephen Michael Wright.
Brandy Lynn Denny.
Carlson Freeman Worcester.
Alice Jeanne McConnell.
Zheyang Wei.
Leah Rose Ducirze.
Zherang Jian.
Lydia K. Dressler.
Turner Walter Zishka, cum laude.
Lance Cooper Freeze.
Luke A. Zaradlo.
Grace Elizabeth Fish.
Qian Gao.
Lauren Nicole Fitzgerald.
Fei Tang.
Aaron Flores.
Chiang Wang.
Matthew Gregor Glim.
Ben Chi Zhang.
Matthew Richard Goryup. Benjamin Isaac Gossett. Alyssa Lee Green. Valerie Guevara. Joseph Matthew Gustavell. Sarah Mackenzie Harden. Caitlin Camille Harmon. Riley Heft. Jacob Herman. Luke Ashton Herman. Hoover, sorry. Jared Mark Johnson. Jesse Bo Kane. Oakley Kirby. Melia Hope LaFleur. Samantha Lewiston. Anthony Michael Lopez. Felino Fangolino Macatuno III. Isabella Patricia McLean Cariello. Julia Renee Major. Thomas Brian Maloney. Second Lieutenant Colton Shevek. Thomas Brayson McCormick. Kayla Nguyen. Ashley Donnell Nocera. Haley Elizabeth Oldham. Jadelyn Osborne. Lalik Ozunian. Ralph Joseph Perko IV. Erendira Nadieli Sancho Suazo. Montana Scott Smith. Kayla Nicole Savoie Pentun. Margot Audrey Schessler. Delaney Yvonne Seifer. Austin Smith. Morgan Lee Sower. Cole M. Stockton. Tanya Kate Tikhonova Striger. Catherine Joy Taylor. John Allen Trumbull. Danielle Toby Eulencott. Emily Janet Bergata. Jonathan Webb. Seth Winchell. Caleb David Ray. Natasha E. Wiley. Cameron Joseph Young.
May I have all the graduates please stand. You are now graduates, so it's time to move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated. I'd like to invite Travis Jones, immediate past president of the U of I Alumni Association, class of 1999 and 2002, to address our graduates. Travis.
Good afternoon, Vandals. Founded in 1898, the University of Idaho Alumni Association is nearly as old as the institution. May I have all U of I alums in the audience and on the platform please stand. Graduates, you are joining an elite and loyal group of individuals now numbering over 115,000 strong. They are living and working and making a difference in Idaho, nationally, and around the world, and now you too are a part of the University of Idaho alumni family. Welcome. Please be seated. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our newest University of Idaho Alumni Hall of Fame inductees who are a part of our platform party today, Scott Kincaid and Stephen Smith. Congratulations and go Vandals!
Thank you, Travis. As we near the end of our commencement ceremony, I'd like to take a few moments to show our appreciation to some of the many individuals who made today possible. First, the University Wind Ensemble, led by Assistant Professor and Director of Bands, Mark Thiel. Special thanks go to our commencement readers, Eric Stewin and Lee Verling and Stephanie Ramirez. The presentation of colors was made by a joint color guard comprised of cadets from the University of Idaho's ROTC units. Also, thank you to our college floor and college marshals for the leadership of Rula Awad Rafferty, lead marshal, for our ceremony today. Thank you to Casey Scheffler, our announcer and voice from above. Many others worked for several months to make this event so special. My gratitude to the committees, faculty, and staff who had a part in planning this ceremony. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Thank you. Finally, I wish to acknowledge our faculty. Will our faculty please stand? You provide knowledge and mentorship to each of our students. You teach them, you advise them, you support our students and give them the tools they need to be successful. You are central to our land-grant mission of teaching, discovery, and service. We commend you for your dedication to our students and to the University of Idaho. Thank you so much. Graduates, after the ceremony, please exit through Vandal Alley behind me and join your family and friends outside for photos. Please wait until the stage party has exited the seating area before you begin to recess. And finally, please join us in a special University of Idaho tradition, the singing of the alma mater. The words are located on page 67 in your program, page 67. Please stand.
And here we
This concludes the 129th commencement of the University of Idaho. Parents and students, please meet your graduates outside the dome for pictures. Thank you for attending, and go Vandals!